Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for today, Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. I am Beverly Telesford.
And I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. In the headlines, a woman joins the political fray and secures parliamentary approval of her party symbol. GBN features all-female cast on its increasingly popular Elections Watch program on Wednesday evening. Quarantine Act repealed, and Health Minister says life must go on despite increasing COVID cases. Sour Serpent tells his opponents to bring it on as he prepares to defend his Calypso crown. In Around the Globe regionally, the crime situation in Trinidad is described as horrendous. Internationally, dozens dead in latest Ecuador prison riot. Plus in the sports news, St. Andrews Big Paris Stars and St. Patrick's Crown City Strikers remain undefeated in the Pure Grenada Cup tournament. We invite you to stay close. We'll be back with the details.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Hello again, this is Network News on GBN Television, K105 FM, and our social media platforms. A woman has joined the political fray, offering up herself on the platter of political sacrifice. Andrea Rapier secured parliamentary approval of the symbol, which she will be using in the upcoming electoral cycles. Rena Perry Thomas followed the parliamentary proceedings today, and sent us this report.
The Representation of the People Act was amended on Tuesday in the House of Representatives to include a new party symbol. The new symbol, the Osprey Bud, will be used by the political party Prosperity, Opportunity, Wellness, Equality and Regional Impact Power, headed by Miss Andrea Rapier, who is the daughter of the past politician Clarence Rapier. Minister for Finance Gregory Bowen, in introducing the new symbol, said it will be placed on the ballot papers during general elections as a mode of allocation to candidates.
And whereas it is now expedient that the Representation of the People Election Symbols Amendment Regulations 2022 attached hereto as a schedule to be approved by the House of Representatives. Now, therefore, be it resolved that pursuant to Section 107, subsection 2 of the Act, the Representation of the People Election Symbols Amendment Regulation 2022 is now approved.
There are now 36 symbols under the Representation of the People Act, and the Minister for Trade, Oliver Joseph, is concerned about a large number of political symbols already there.
Well, Mr. Speaker, we came here And TGM, that registered as a party, requested a new symbol. They did not choose from the 20-something. And we agree and we add a new symbol. Now you have a candidate requesting a new symbol to be placed on the ballot paper in the upcoming election, and that's okay. But if you have 20-something symbols already, and you keep adding, it wouldn't it be better to say that if you are going to contest the election, you should choose one of these symbols, otherwise we end up with a whole book of symbols, you know.
Minister Bowen responded to the concerns made by his colleague.
Speaker, the member for St. David is very correct. We have so many of those, and we have to come here all the time to give effect to the symbol. And I do believe that maybe not coercion, not through law, but maybe just we speak with this. Maybe some of them don't know that you have so many symbols never used. And they may even attach more sentimental values to some of the things that they did not come up with, but are already sitting there. So in time to come, Mr. Speaker, perhaps we can clean this thing up to make just our workings be more efficient in every aspect of the administration of this country.
Opposition leader Tobias Clement weighed in on the issue with his belief that each party has a right to use any symbol they are comfortable with. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Well, as the election cycle spins with more intensity, the Grenada Broadcasting Network continues to cover the issues from all angles on its weekly Elections Watch program. Tomorrow evening at 8, my colleague Joseph Cadeau will host an all-female cast. Its panelists will be Andrea Rapier, who may contest the elections as an independent candidate, Kathisha Williams of the New National Party, and Claudette Joseph of the National Democratic Congress. So far, the program has hit some sensitive nerves, and host Joseph Cadeau says he expects a passionate discourse on Wednesday evening's program.
The COVID-19 cases are rising as Carnival nears, but government says life must continue. Parliamentarians brought the issue front and center during a sitting of the House of Representatives today. They presided over the repeal of the Quarantine Act of 2021.
The act, which was repealed, has been replaced by the Quarantine COVID-19 Regulations Act of 2022, which was passed in Parliament today. The revocation of the act means that the Minister of Health no longer has the full authority to make changes to COVID-19 regulations without first getting parliamentary approval. The bill was piloted through the House by Minister for Finance Gregory Bowen.
As it stabilized on the 4th day of April 2022, the Governor General has revoked the declaration of the emergency proclaimed on the 11th day of January 2021. It is now expedient that the Quarantine COVID-19 Repeal Regulations 2022 attached hereto as a schedule be confirmed by the House of Representatives to repeal the Quarantine COVID-19 Regulations 2021. Now, therefore, be it resolved that pursuant to the provisions of Section 4, subsection 3 of the Act, that the Quarantine COVID-19 Repeal Regulations 2022 be now confirmed by the House of Representatives.
Tourism Minister Dr. Clarice Modas-Kerwin highlighted the fact that the COVID-19 cases are on the rise. She called on people to take personal responsibility for safeguarding their health.
So there are some changes. The numbers keep going up gradually, but thankfully few hospitalizations, few very seriously ill persons. We have to, as individuals, take full responsibility for our health and do what is necessary.
Health Minister Nicholas Steele notes the concern about the proximity of Carnival in the midst of the increased confirmed and active cases. But in his words, life must go on.
We are on the other side, we truly do hope, of this pandemic. We are, as we have said consistently in the last couple of months, learning to live with COVID. Let me be specific again, Mr. Speaker, learning to live with COVID. Mr. Speaker, we still have We still have to keep our guard up, but we must find that balance, and we continue to find that balance.
During the recent carnival launch, Culture Minister Yolam Bain Horsford said that while they are being optimistic, it is essential to pay attention to the global developments with the COVID-19 cases. Whether the show will go on as planned remains to be seen.
Other news, those who worry about transparency surrounding the investigation into the Coast Guard incident have been assured that they will have access to at least one of the reports on what transpired. In addition to the investigation, which has been launched by the Royal Grenada Police Force, another probe will be conducted by the Maritime Division of the Grenada Ports Authority. The investigation has been launched into the incident in which the Coast Guard ran into a small vessel. 22-year-old Kimon Bell died while his friend Vondi sustained injuries. Senior Supervisor in the Maritime Division, Lazarus Joseph, told GBN's Beyond the Headlines on Monday evening that the protocols dictate that their division must look into mishaps at sea.
Well, as I said, I can't comment on the status of the investigation. What I can tell you from the Maritime Administration's perspective, our ongoing investigation, the findings of which will be published, because we are supposed to publish those findings, because the purposes of that investigation is to first find out what happened, how it happened, and what lessons can be learned to avoid it from happening in the future.
We're told the report will be publicized and sent to the International Maritime Organization.
So it is a protocol for maritime safety investigations to be published, and that they publish generally, and it has to be reported to the International Maritime Organization. So to answer your question, I can assure you that there will be lessons learned, and we should take those findings and recommendations going forward, so that we don't have similar incidents.
Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin said at a press conference last week that the regional security services will be asked to investigate the matter independently to ensure transparency in the process.
Moving now to more news. Years ago, the mighty Choctaws sang, "We Want We Grandfathers Back Pay." Many moons later, he and many others around the Caribbean are still waiting. The Grenada Reparations Committee sought a hearing with those at the top, but to no avail. Chrislina John has been speaking with the head of the Reparations Committee.
Reparations is here, and it will not go away. And we hope that sooner rather than later, the British government and the British monarchy, the French government, Holland, and all of Western Europe that played a critical role with regards to and benefited from the Atlantic slave trade and slavery, that they will see the good sense and have that moral and financial and political obligation to us here in the Caribbean, and to compensate us for the atrocities that they have committed in the past.
Chairman of the Reparation Committee, Ali Gill, believes it's time for a conversation about reparation. Two of the royals, Prince Edward and the Countess of Wessex, were scheduled to visit Grenada last month as part of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. However, that trip was cancelled and the royals proceeded to other islands which were listed on their schedule. Ahead of the visit, a request was made for a meeting with the couple.
We in the Grenada National Reparations Committee, we wrote to the Governor General asking for an audience with the visiting royals to discuss the issue of reparations. On that issue, we wanted to present the British royals with the 10-point CARICOM plan, and also to make them a gift of Professor Beckel's book entitled How Britain Underdeveloped the Caribbean, so they can read for themselves the extraction of wealth and the exploitation of the Caribbean by Great Britain. Unfortunately, they postponed their trip to Grenada, but we are looking forward to have a conversation with them.
Gill said he is not certain what led the royals to have it.
Well, I cannot speak on their behalf, but if it is that was one of the reasons that persuaded them not to visit Grenada, then one would have to conclude that they are not prepared to speak to us or to have a discussion with us with regards to reparations, which is rather unfortunate because the Atlantic slave trade, the genocide of the indigenous peoples, the genocide of Africans here in the Caribbean, the period of slavery, are all crimes against humanity perpetrated by the British government and sanctioned by the British monarchy.
Research commissioned by the Bank of England in the wake of Black Lives Matter protest revealed that ownership of 2 plantations and 599 slaves in Grenada were transferred to the financial institution in the early 1770s. The names of the 599 enslaved people can be viewed at a free exhibition launched 2 weeks ago at the Bank's Museum in central London. Although the Bank of England has previously apologized for its historical links to the slave trade, the revelation that it directly owned black people has upset many of the Caribbean diaspora. The Bank of England is now owned by Her Majesty's government, which further cements that Great Britain and the British monarchy directly benefited from the exploitation of our ancestors. A documentary was revealed on May 10th, recounting the journey of slaves to Grenada, who was the slave masters, who owned the slaves, the estates that were occupied by these slave masters, most of whom were from Great Britain, and the role they played in claiming property. Slavery was abolished in 1834. Christina John, GBN News.
This is Network News. We have a question for you at this time. Would you choose prison over freedom? Well, this evening's Social Buzz picks up on a plea from a man who stole some bread. He asked the judge to send him to prison. That's ahead in the second segment of the news.
Also ahead, Sour Serpent tells his opponents to bring it on as he prepares to defend his Calypso crown. We'll be back.
Saturday, May 28th, Flavors Entertainment presents Flavors of Calypso and Extempo. Featuring live from Trinidad, the reigning Calypso monarch, Terry Lyons. Also from Trinidad, reigning Extempo king, Brian London, as he comes up against Powder and Papa. Presented by and performing live, the big band, Sour Serpent, the ever-threatening Big Shay, Beast, Scholar, Rootsman Kelly, Cox, Smallies, Teacher Eddie, and more. All backed by the Hitwave Band, hosted by Lester. Admission $50 to get your tickets now from all popular ticket locations nationwide. Flavors of Calypso, Saturday, May 28th. Spice Basket, Calypso is back. Sponsors: Playway, Coca-Cola, Dasani Water, Ken Flav Brokerage, First Class Mufflers, Mitchell's Pharmacy, GBN Radio and TV, Innovative Shipping, McIntyre Brothers, Party Shipping, Dickon Mitchell, and Digicel.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think of Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
name is Trisha Maras. I am a proud member of the Ariza Credit Union. I chose to become a member of the Ariza Credit Union because I got some financial advice from a former boss who is a member of the financial institution, and that was the best decision of my life I made. What I like most about the Ariza Credit Union is the courteousness from the staff, the low interest rates, and the pension plan. How has Ariza helped me over the years? I had two dreams in this life. One is to sending my daughter off to university, and the other is achieving my dream home. So if Ariza can transform my life, it can transform yours. So if you're not yet a member of the Ariza Credit Union, come on down and be a member. Happy anniversary to the Ariza Credit Union. And thank you for the 75 years of transforming our lives.
RENDEC Community Partnership Initiative, supporting education.
The project for our school is the expansion of the school feeding department and home economics department. Our previous kitchen area has been very small and sometimes it became congested. Therefore, we would like to say a heartfelt thank you to GBN for partnering with us in ensuring that we improve the quality of education that we provide here at Riverside Government School.
GBN, energizing our community.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Opposition leader Tobias Clement says he's reminded of the old saying, what goes around comes around, as he watches public officers' pension payments challenge unfold. Cherry and Blackman Stephen tells us more.
My question is, what are we going to sell this time to pay pension and gratuity? My hands and my soul belongs to the Lord, so who want to sell? I know where I'm going.
Opposition leader Tobias Clement has been staying out of the spotlight and far away from the clutches of the media. He surfaced in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, raising several issues, among them the recent High Court judgment on pension restoration for public officers.
I was thinking, I said, the leadership of this country, with his political powers and his political astuteness, he would do the right thing and the court judgment will be honored. And I do believe that the court judgment will be honored.
Clement supports a coming together of partners to decide on how the payment will be implemented. He spoke about his past with the ruling New National Party and the payment demands made on the late Sir Herbert Augustus Blaze.
Things have a way of coming back. What did he say? What goes around comes around. And I remember the mantra back in the day, he have the money to pay, let him pay. In other words, today, the same thing can be said, but I would not say that, Mr. Speaker. I have to be responsible. Mr. Blaze sold majority shares in Cable and Wireless to pay the back pay. My question is, what are we going to sell this time?
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, in response, said the current situation cannot be compared to that period as ruled by the late Herbert Blaze.
I make it very clear. The present situation cannot be compared to 1989. It cannot be. In fact, this government has never sold national asset to meet debts. We have never done it. Astute management of the economy has been a fundamental basis upon which this government has existed. And the member, when he was part of it, would have been espousing the praises of the government for having done this. So there's no issue of sales.
In a national address to the nation on April 26th, Prime Minister Mitchell said that while the fiscal obligations of the court ruling are still being tabulated, preliminary indications are that we will have to find $465 million. He added that on average, this judgment means that it will cost the government about $120 million each year for at least the next 37 years, and that figure is without considering inflation. Prime Minister Mitchell had some parting words for an aspiring leader.
All of a sudden they come from man drop from heaven. They're now savior for every single solution in the country. Pie in the sky. You know, as someone said, they're simply not ready for prime time, Mr. Speaker. They're not ready for this.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
If you are great at Calypso and you'd like to wear the Dimachgra crown, the onus is on you to bring your A-game to the scene this year. That's the mood of the defending monarch as he prepares for the 2022 Carnival celebrations. Sean Niles, Sour Serpent, looks ahead to the festivities.
The official launch of Spice Mass on April 29th gave way to all things Carnival, including the much-anticipated Dimachgra competition. Reigning Calypso monarch Sean Niles, or Sour Serpent, is ready to defend his title.
I am very prepared. I mean, I've had 2 years to work, so I've worked well, I've worked diligently, and I'm ready to defend, so I'll be attacking. It's going into myself and getting the best contributions I could put my hands on for this year. And I mean, you know how I compose. I like to compose with double meaning and purpose. You know, even if it's a double meaning, it has to have purpose and message, right? So I've been there in the bush, on the stones, and the bed, waking up in the middle of the night, studio back and forth and all of that. I'm in contact with some friends of mine in Trinidad, some producers and arrangers and so on. So I'm trying to do something fresh this time around. I'm ready.
He is singing with the Calypso Bards tent, and the official launch is set for June 15th. The Spice Mass Corporation has announced that it will adopt Plan B for Spice Mass 2022. The virtual aspect will be maintained for some of the major events, including the Dimachgra. Having missed out on Calypso for the past 2 years, Sour Serpent and others are ready to embrace the changes.
Something that was in the works since 2019. Sadly, COVID came, you know, and they had to put it off. So at the announcement of Spice Mass 2022, I saw the opportunity again. So Big J, other Calypsonian and myself, we decided to do Flavors of Calypso and Extempo. This makes me 20 years in the art form. I didn't realize I've gotten so old, right? It's about 20 years in the art form. And we missed the Calypso for the last 2 years. And I saw how important it was to me and other artists, right? So we took the art of Extempo because we realized Extempo has almost vanished, and Extempo is the origin of Calypso.
Niles won his first Calypso Monarch crown in 2019, dethroning Finley Jeffrey Scholar. Just in case you are wondering what could be expected, we ask for a sample.
They say we should close borders and try to protect my country. I start getting horrors, cause I know we're a flip-flop society. I've never seen one foreign threat surpass the ones that we have here yet. So I don't think it really matters, because we have open borders within our borders. For when a man could rape a daughter and don't mind being daddy grandpa, that's a bother. An open border. And because he's a pharmacist, he's also the abortionist. That's a border. Wide open border.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
Sour Serpent says he's ready to defend his Calypso crown. Talk about that one. We now turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. GBN posted an article from Nature Isle News Dominica where a man accused of stealing 5 loaves of bread begged the magistrate to send him to prison. According to the report, Cornelius Joseph of Biotica pleaded guilty to the theft of 5 mastiff bread from the vehicle of Foxy's Bread on April 19, 2022. It was detailed that even before the charge was read to him, he told the court he is guilty. He stole the bread and doesn't wish to waste the court's time. On April 19, 2022, Joseph approached the staff at Foxy's Bread Depot in Roseau, begging for something to eat. He was told to go away, which he did. He returned after 2 p.m. and pushed the staff and then stole the 5 loaves of bread. Our Facebook audience shared their opinions on the matter in the comment section of our Facebook page. The following views are of members of the public and not necessarily of the GBN. Susan said, "This is a clear indication of his socio-economic situation. To thief bread and yet beg to go to prison? This is much deeper than it seems." Donnell added, "The man rather's living off the tax money." Fabian said, "He probably got fed up with the outside living. He needs to have some peace in jail. Life is too tough on the outside. Well, he knows what he wants." Baptiste said, "The struggle is real out here. People are begging to go to jail now. Well, look at my crosses." Chandel added, "He needs help. Hope his case is looked into." Elma said, "In jail, he's told, 'Here it is.' Outside, he's asked, 'Where is it?'" Dafil said, "He's hungry. 3 square meals in jail." And Esselin said, "The man knows it's better in jail than on the outside because inside he can get his meals, but outside, it's misery he's seeing. Brother, I feel your struggles." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
When we return, regional organizations provide support for the Mirabel Abattoir upgrade. This is Network News.
Hey man, when we come online, you only juking up the phone.
Yeah boy, now as I say, they have an app. I can't find it. I check Play Store. I do a Google search. I can't find it. Man, I get fed up, man.
Nah man, because you look in the wrong place. The app is web-based. You access it via your web browser, right? You can add it to your home screen or your desktop, like any regular app. Watch, look, I have it on my phone, right? And you can access it or add it to any device, your computer, your tablet, any device.
Well, how are doing that and I can't find it?
All you have to do is open your browser, right? And type mobile.nawasa.gd. And voila, you see?
Just so?
Yes, and you can download it or access it via the web. Once you have a reliable internet connection, right, you can run the app anywhere, anytime.
So, how I adding that to my home screen?
You click on those 3 dots, right, or your web browser setting, and look for the option to install app or add to home screen. Easy peasy. The Nawasa app is versatile, fast-paced, and always up to date because it's web-based. Once a change is made to the app, it updates automatically, no hassle.
Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion.
Because today's all about celebrating you, we've stocked up all your favorite fragrances, skincare, makeup, and accessories. The latest in handbags from Fuller, Italy, Mont Blanc, and more. We topped it up with love and a bundle sale package. Enjoy 15% off when you spend up to $100, 20% when you spend between $100 to $300, and take an extra 5% off for purchases over $300. And make sure you get your gift with your purchase. Happy Mother's Day from your friends at Rouge Duty Free.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, Because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2.5 years of waiting and waiting, I know you're feeling pain. Finally, we are going back to the stadium on Sunday, May 15th from 5 p.m. We say, Tingo Nice again. Tingo Nice again. Tingo Nice again. As Megaforce Promotions brings to you $120,000 cash money bingo. That's right, Grenada. It's a massive $120,000 bingo. 120,000 big ones. Bingo tickets cost $50. Make it a date. Grab your bingo posse and let's go to the National Stadium Sunday, 15th May from 5 p.m. Tingo Nice again. Tingo Nice again. Tingo Nice again.
At Southern Electrical, you get the best value, quality products, and expert advice. We are the #1 supplier of residential, commercial, and industrial electrical products in Grenada. View our latest arrivals of wall lights for interior and exterior, beautiful chandeliers, pendants, solar motion lights, kitchen appliances such as crispy air fryer ovens, crepe makers, countertop grills, and more. Visit Southern Electrical at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George. We also ship to Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Call our telephone number 444-3042, WhatsApp 405-4993, or browse our website www.segrenada.com. This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Welcome back to the news at 7. The Mirabeau Abattoir is in for an upgrade. Regional organizations have been providing technical and financial support for the project. Details in this dispatch from Rakisha St. Louis.
The CARICOM Development Fund, which is financing the rehabilitation of the abattoir through an ICA-supported project, provides financial and technical assistance to disadvantaged countries, regions, and sectors.
And to see how the contribution from the CDF will help to enhance the operations, ensure that the facility operates to international standards, and then there are elements in the project apart from the provision of equipment that will ensure that we meet health and safety requirements. For example, staff need to be trained in the application of HACCP procedures, because the emphasis on health and safety and food and nutrition securities is absolutely critical at this time. So the CDF is just here to make sure that the implementation proceeds as planned, and to see how if there's any scope for us to provide any further assistance that might be required to ensure that the facility operates as intended and full use is made of the equipment that is available.
ICA conducted a thorough assessment of the abattoir, which focused on strengthening the capacity of staff in food safety and mobilizing resources to replace aging equipment. The national specialist at ICA is Derek Charles.
The abattoir is a relatively new facility, not relatively new in terms of building, but new in terms of the activities that have been done in the abattoir. I think they started doing work here in 2014, but the real crux of the matter started around 2017, 2018, when we realized that there is need to actually use the abattoir to its full potential. And then the Ministry of Agriculture approached ICA, and ICA was able to provide technical assistance for the abattoir. Part of that technical assistance was in formulating the project and developing the project that was submitted to the Caribbean Development Fund for funding.
The Maribor Abattoir is the largest and most modern of the 3 facilities in Grenada. It processes approximately 75 animals weekly and is designed to meet international public health standards with a slaughtering capacity to meet demands. The manager of the facility, Karen Samuel, explained that the funding from the CDF will improve operations for staff.
That dispatch there from Rikisha St. Louis. Well, it's time to take a peek through the GBN Eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
The heat of the mid-morning sun was no deterrent for staffers at the T.A. Marshall Community College as they continued protest action on Tuesday. There are photographs standing at the Tantine roundabout with placards as they continue to clamor for the resolution of several outstanding money matters. Let's take a closer look at some of the placards. We thank the photographer for tonight's presentation. Remember, you can have your pics featured in the Eyesore segment. Send your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or through the GBN Messenger tool on our Facebook page.
We invite you to stay with us. Weather up next, followed by the sports news.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
for many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
The weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, fair to partly cloudy. Wind easterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. Tides low at 7:50 p.m., high at 11:25 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 5:45. The weather on Wednesday, May 11, mostly fair. On Thursday, May 12, fair. And on Friday, May 13, fair and hazy. So that's a look there at the weather. Stay with us.
Good evening, sporting fans. Defending champion St. Andrew Big Parish Stars returned to winning ways following another exciting weekend in the Pure Grenada Cup tournament. Big Parish Stars defeated St. David top strikers 4-0. They were led by a hat-trick from Darren Muru and a lone goal from Chisa Klein. Big Parish had drawn its opening encounter 1-1 against St. George Royal Cannons. In another encounter, St. Patrick Crown City Strikers defeated the under-17 Young Gunners 5-1. Denon Lewis put the Gunners ahead with a goal in the 4th minute. However, Kenroy Phillip made a comeback for Crown City Strikers. He converted 3 times. There were also goals from the boots of Rickson Phillip and DeAndre Smith. They chipped in to bring the score 5-1 in favor of the lads from St. Patrick. They lead Zone B, while St. Andrew Big Parish Stars lead Zone A. Grenada's Quanell Walker has advanced to the second round of the under-15 boys singles at the 2022 Caribbean Youth Table Tennis Championships in the Dominican Republic. Walker finished second in his group to advance following 2 wins. He defeated Markenly Rubin from Haiti 3-2 and Rodia Almonte from the Dominican Republic 3-1. Walker was scheduled to play Iliam Davila from Puerto Rico in the round of 16 matches on Tuesday morning. His teammates Dwayne Dino Newland and Clifton Romain each won 1 match in their groupings, however did not qualify for the second round. Let's move on to the golf course now, where we find that retired West Indies captain Sir Vivian Richards' charity tournament is in full swing. The event raised thousands of dollars for the nation's frontline healthcare workers. Jack Matthew reports.
Anthony and George beat a star-studded field to claim the top prize. The duo shot a 10 under par 60 to win the championship by a single stroke over Amari James and Otis Thomas. Anthony and George, who received their prizes from cricketing icons Vivian Richards, were awarded 2 tailor-made Sim 2 drivers, kits, wallets, towels, and other golfing equipment. For their score 58, Wilson Charles and Daniel Caddy were declared the overall winners of the net category. Charles and Caddy came home ahead of Kasiba Silcott and Wesley Dyer. Also, Paul Michael and Akeem Edwards were the longest drive and closest to the pin winners, respectively. The championship, which was organized as a fundraiser for the country's frontline workers in the fight against COVID-19, saw over 70 players taking part in the 18-hole scramble event. It was sponsored by Indian businessman Rahul Patil and raised $30,000. The money was split evenly among the Emergency Medical Services, the Antigua and Barbuda Nurses Association, and the Antigua and Barbuda Medical Association. All the golfers wore pink shirts in symbolic support for the frontline workers. Jack Matthew, ABS Sports.
And that's sports. Stay with us for a look around the region. This is your One Caribbean Media Hookup, and I'm your presenter, Beverly Telesford. St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris has announced measures to provide relief to citizens amid rising inflation. It includes a 10% salary increase for all public sector workers. More in this report.
Civil servants, step workers and pensioners will benefit from a 10% increase on salaries and wages starting from the upcoming pay cycle on May 25th, 2022. This is according to Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, who made this announcement during his Labor Day address on May 2nd, 2022.
That our civil servants, our pensioners and step workers will benefit from a significant increase in wages, salaries and pensions at the rate of 10%, and this shall be retroactive to January 2022.
Prime Minister Harris noted that a significant number of persons will benefit from this initiative.
This is another clear example of our investing in our people as we put more money in the pockets of a large number of our citizens and residents. These resources will translate to increased purchasing power for approximately 4,000 salaried civil servants, 1,064 government auxiliary employees, 1,365 pensioners, and 2,800 step workers. This also has the great potential to propel increased economic activities, which will, in turn, contribute to the economic recovery and stimulate job creation across our beautiful federation.
The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service will undertake a major gun retrieval exercise. It's part of efforts to combat rising crime. Acting Police Commissioner McDonald Jacob estimates there are over 12,000 illegal firearms in circulation. TTT News has this report.
Insofar as the crime situation is concerned, it is horrendous, it is mind-blowing.
National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines says government remains concerned about the rising crime rate, but admits that it is not an overnight fix. He says the TTPS has assured that increased patrols, especially in hotspot areas, will be heightened. But he says that a robust gun retrieval exercise will be undertaken to get the weapon of choice for murders off the streets.
We are told that there are about 12,000 illegal firearms in this country. From intelligence, the gatherers of intelligence surmise that that is the amount. Some of us feel it might be more. But the idea is to get them.
The minister adds that border security will also be heightened, recalling an exercise over the weekend where the Cape-class vessels assisted in capturing contraband from 8 individuals. Acting Police Commissioner MacDonald Jacob says the rising murder rate is of major concern and is pleading with citizens to assist in bringing down the annual average of 440 murders. And Acting Prisons Commissioner Dev Prasad Ramata says of major concern is that a large number of murders emanate from behind prison walls, with contraband and cell phones coming inside via rogue prison officers.
It's a big money business. Drugs is an industry. Cell phone in the prison is an industry. These inmates are being facilitated by citizens of this country. Whether it comes in through through an officer, a drone, or thrown in the estate, or thrown over the wall in Port of Spain prison.
Minister Hines says despite calls, he has not considered stepping down from his post and has in fact asked Cabinet for an increased budgetary allocation to ensure national security personnel have the tools they need to fight criminal activity.
Buildings in the Ukrainian city of Odessa lay in ruins on Tuesday. Kremlin forces pounded the port with missiles, and here's France 24 with the details.
As the war moves away from Kyiv, Moscow's sights are firmly on Ukraine's east and south. Locals had to take cover in Odessa on Monday when Russian missiles believed to be fired from Crimea hit the critical port city. Emergency services reported a series of powerful strikes which destroyed 5 buildings while setting a shopping center ablaze. Ukraine's leader lambasted the timing and carelessness of the latest Russian aggression.
Despite the presence of the President of the European Council, Russian troops again launched a missile strike on the Odessa region. This is the real attitude of Russia towards Europe, and it has always been so, despite what they say in Moscow.
Amongst other issues, the two leaders discussed the urgent need to unblock the ports of Odessa. With thousands of tons of grain unable to leave Ukraine, exporters have had to look elsewhere to move their precious cargo, resulting in massive food price increases worldwide. The latest events come as Moscow looks to intensify its efforts to create a land corridor from east to west, with Odessa bracing for more Russian hostility in the days ahead.
Dozens of people have been killed in a fight between rival gangs inside a prison in Ecuador. Authorities said a fight broke out yesterday between rival gangs inside the Bella Vista prison. Al Jazeera has this story.
This footage shows the mayhem inside the Bella Vista prison in Santo Domingo. Dozens of dead bodies are seen piled on the bloodied floor. The inmates were killed in an overnight fight between rival gangs. Officials say it was triggered by the arrival of a gang leader. It is the latest in a series of deadly riots inside Ecuador's prisons.
Most of the victims, if not almost 100%, were killed with a knife and not with a firearm, and most of the bodies were exposed and assaulted in the wards and in the cells.
Distraught relatives rushed to the prison, desperate to find out what had happened. While many were killed, some managed to escape. More than 100 were recaptured on Monday. Nearly 400 inmates have been killed in prison riots in little over a year. Ecuador has seen an increase in gang violence as rival groups supported by Mexican drug cartels battle for control of transit routes for cocaine smuggled from Peru and Colombia. Last month, President Guillermo Lasso declared a 60-day state of emergency in 3 western provinces, increasing the police and military presence, but it has so far failed to stop the bloodshed.
And that's your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I was your presenter, Beverly Telesford. And now to recap the headlines. A woman joins the political fray and secures parliamentary approval of her party symbol.
The Grenada Broadcasting Network features all-female cast on its increasingly popular Elections Watch program on Wednesday evening.
Quarantine Act repealed and Health Minister says life must go on despite increasing COVID cases.
Sawasaban tells his opponents to bring it on as he prepares to defend his Calypso crown.
In the region, crime situation in Trinidad is described as horrendous.
Internationally, dozens dead in latest Ecuador prison riot.
And in sports, St. Andrew's Big Parish Stars and St. Patrick's Crown City Strikers remain undefeated in the Pure Grenada Cup tournament. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight.
Continue to follow us online at GBN Television Facebook page, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste.
And I'm Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.
Good night.